Atlantic Broadband Cable, in cooperation with the South Union Township Supervisors, presents the South Union Township Sports Network. Today via tape delay from the home of the Laurel Highlands High School boys soccer team here at Mustang Field. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs take on the Connellsville Falcons. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupain, and welcome you aboard for tonight's high school boys soccer game. South Union Township Sports Network coverage is brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupain. We'll be back with the lineups for both teams after these messages.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours, and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Good luck to the Mustangs from the South Union Township Supervisors, Rick Vernon, Jason Scott, and Robert Schiffbauer.
We're back here at Laurel Highlands High School boys soccer action, a playoff tune-up for both Laurel Highlands and Connellsville. I'm now going to turn it over to our public address announcer, Barry Rosner, for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the campus of Laurel Highlands Senior High School in Mustang Field, where tonight the Mustangs of Laurel Highlands boys soccer team is hosting the Connellsville Falcons in a boys soccer game. We ask everyone, if you would now direct your attention down to the 50-yard line as we meet tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for our visitors, the Connellsville Falcons under the head coaching of Jason Rice and assisted by Paul Emanuel and Jeff Colland. Here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 30, Tommy Deason. A senior, number 21, Colton Shield. A senior, number 6, Griffin Prinke. A senior, number 23, Tommy Hickson. A junior, number 17, Seth Trainer. A junior, number 28, Garrett Brighton. A junior, number 7, Zach Hammerly. A sophomore, number 3, Anthony Rowan. A sophomore, number 10, Anthony Panko. A sophomore, number 8, Luke Pepperack. And a goalkeeper, a senior, Alex Schultz. And now the starting lineup for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Mustangs, under the head coaching of Jerry Rogers and assisted by Jerry Rogers, come to tonight's contest with an overall record of 11-4-1. Here is their starting lineup. A senior, number 8, Braden Steele. A senior, number 26, Todd Brown. A senior, number 7, Alec McClay. A senior, number 21, Dominic Margella. A senior, number 10, Dylan Rice. A junior, number 11, Colby Davis. A junior, number 25, Eli Mitchell. A junior, number 20, Jeremy Abraham. A junior, number 33, Dylan Seaman. A junior, number 27, Seth Yannick. And the goalkeeper, junior, Jacob Campbell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask if you would to please rise. And gentlemen, we ask if you would to please remove your hats in the singing of our national anthem from the 50-yard line by Laurel Highlands Junior, Hannah Stefanson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red hot, the balls bursting in air,
And good luck to both teams.
Nice job there by Handus Defense, and we're back with the start of tonight's match. Boys soccer, Laurel Highlands hosting Connellsville here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends.
Every person who's been injured, when they come in, has an expectation that their case is important, and it is to us. We take these cases very seriously.
So that experience that we have is unique also because we have experience in these communities, in Uniontown, in Washington, in Waynesburg, in these court systems.
You don't have to go to Pittsburgh to be represented by attorneys who don't know their way around your community.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
Atlantic Broadband, Channel 61.
Back here at Laurel Highlands High School, the Laurel Highlands Mustangs hosting the Connellsville Falcons High School boys soccer here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Laurel Highlands entering this match with an 11-4-1 overall record, 6-3-1 out of Section 3 in AAA. Connellsville 10-5-1 overall, 7-4-1 in conference play. Jason Rice, Connellsville's head coach, Jerry Rogers Sr., the head coach of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Both of these teams have qualified for the WPIAL playoffs. Laurel Highlands in 3A, Connellsville in 4A, and this match is underway with Laurel Highlands defending the goal to our left as they work it back to Dylan Rice. Little touch forward there to Dylan Seaman, feeling some pressure from Anthony Panko off to Seth Yannick. Mitchell, and now Steele on the far side as the Mustangs look to break down the far touchline. Expect a pretty even matchup between these two schools. Second year in a row they've played here at Laurel Highlands. The Falcons bested the Mustangs by a 3-2 margin a season ago. Mitchell again from the far side. Last time we saw him on South Union TV, a terrific performance against Uniontown. A little cross there, got blocked down out in front. Connellsville looking to break back. They have Luke Pepperack and Garrett Brighton on the front line, and a little pass over here on the near wing to Tommy Hickson. A little bit out of Hickson's range. The Mustangs to take the quick throw in. On a free up Colby Davis. Davis entering this match 20 goals and 3 assists on the season. Mustangs keeper Jacob Campbell, 3 straight clean sheets for Campbell. He's already set a school record this season with 9 shutouts for the Mustangs. Margella off to Seaman. On the back line again to Dylan Rice, turns it over, look out, odd man break here for the Falcons coming back, but the outlet to Pepperack a little bit too far and going back to Jacob Campbell. Now the Mustangs trying to counter. Falcons lob it back in Pepperack's direction. Going to roll back to Campbell. Lob it off here on the near side. Rice looking to knock it down, feeling the pressure there from Tommy Hickson. Hit the deck. Off the Falcons and out. Margella to take the throw in. Dom trying to go quickly. Play whistle down. Might have a reversal here. They're going to give the ball to Connellsville. 3 match officials here today. Paul Koloff, George Vargo, and Tom Markwart. Margella now to work it in. Looking for Davis, went through Anthony Rowan. The Falcons regain on their back line. A little poke there from Panko. Trying to free it up to Pepperack. The Mustangs pick up possession, trying to chip back to Alec McAlay. Header there from Rowan. Players contesting on the far side. Mitchell finding it again. A little poke up to Colby Davis. Davis able to regain, come forward. Davis staying with it. Davis top of the 18. Davis into the box. Here's Davis, a little shot got deflected out in front. And Colton Scheel will send it back out to the midfield here for Connellsville. Off to Panko, looking again on the near wing for Tommy Hickson. Through Hickson and out. And Margello again to reload. Laurel Highlands in their modified 5-3-2 here again today with Brown, Steele, Yannick, Abraham, and Rice on the back line. Eli Mitchell, Dylan Seaman, and Dom Margella through the midfield, and Alec McLean and Colby Davis up front. You might see Mitchell and Steele switch from that stopper to outside mid positions throughout the course of the evening. The Red Raiders did that against Uniontown rather successfully the last time we saw them here on the South Union Township Sports Network. A little bit cooler than some of the games we've been accustomed to temperature-wise. Game time temperature in the low 50s here today, actually starting to feel a little bit like fall. Last regular season game for both Connellsville and Laurel Highlands. Playoff pairings will be announced on Wednesday with the WPIAL playoffs getting underway. First round matches scheduled on both Saturday and Monday. And both of the Laurel Highlands teams, the boys and the girls, both in the playoffs for a second consecutive season. For the Mustangs boys now, 5 of the last 6 years. Laurel Highlands has been in the WPIAL playoffs and actually will be 6 of 7 now with the team qualifying this season. Steele again sending it in off the body of Colby Davis. A little pressure there from the Falcons and Anthony Panko, but Todd Brown sending it forward here on the near side. Dom Margello trying to track it down and cross, well defended by Connellsville defensively, and Colton Scheel. Off the Falcons and out. Quick corner here for Dom Margello. Trying to send it to Seaman on the top of the box. Headed out by Connellsville. Mustangs try to knock it down. The Falcons a little poke here trying to break Luke Pepperack forward, the sophomore. Down the far side, staying with it. Pepperack, a nice run here. A little chip into the box, a roll back to Jacob Campbell. Mentioned Campbell entering this match with 3 straight shutouts. 2 conference shutouts last week as the Mustangs downed Uniontown and Albert Gallatin. And the Mustangs also besting West Mifflin in a non-conference game as well on the road last Thursday. And you look at Laurel Highlands' last 3 games, really starting to regain form. 7-0 over AG and 2 6-0 wins over West Mifflin and Uniontown as Mitchell hit the deck. And by the way, the Titans have qualified for the WPIAL playoffs as well, so that would go into the books as a quality win for the Mustangs, and get another quality win here off of another playoff team from 4A in Connellsville. We'll finish in 4th place out of Section 4 and 4A. Played just over 6 minutes. Match rather balanced early on. Anthony Rowan trying to break in over to Hickson here on the near wing. Pressure there by Margello. Mustangs win the ball back. Trying to chip it forward to Colby Davis. Playing on the back line there is Zach Hammerly. Back up to Colton Scheel. Scheel a little pass off to his right. It's Anthony Panko. Panko trying to send it forward as Todd Brown sent down Garrett Brighton. Ball comes free on the near side. Picked up by Colby Davis. Played back down the near touchline. Pass intended for Dom Margello was picked off by Tommy Hickson. Falcons again try to reset through the midfield, but Braden Steele, a little pressure there for Laurel Highlands. Coming forward here to Alec McLean. Steele was staying in the play on that far wing. You have Steele now working more in that left outside mid position. And Mitchell back as a stopper. Ball poked out on the far side. Off of Connellsville and out. Seth Yannick to reload. Yannick lobbing in there for McLean. Was trying to feed it up to Margello. Played back by Connellsville's Colton Scheel. Touch from Hickson. Now Rowan and Hickson again. Looking there for Pepperack. Mustangs pick it back up again as Seaman goes back to Jacob Campbell. Connellsville with a 4-4-2 here today. Alex Schultz in goal. Anthony Rowan, Zach Hammerly, Colton Scheel, and Tommy Deason on the back line. Through the midfield, Griffin Prinky, Anthony Panko, Seth Traynor, and Tommy Hickson. With Garrett Brighton and Luke Paparak up front. Falcons looking for Hickson again down the near side. Mustangs deflected back to Margella. Spun there by Mitchell. Trying to break it down to Steele on the far side, but stepping in there, Tommy Deason breaking up the play for Connellsville. Mustangs, another lob down the far boundary going out. And Deason will take the throw in. Fed into Rowan. Sending it up to Garrett Brighton. Mustangs pressure again. Abraham. Mitchell took one in the back there from Prinky. The Falcons break it forward. Look out. Top of the 18. The ball comes free and into the back of the net for a Connellsville goal. Getting a little poke there by Jacob Campbell. So Campbell's shutout streak ends, and I think that was Tommy Hickson. No check that, 28. That was Garrett Brighton getting the goal. So Brighton scoring for Connellsville here at the 31-14 mark of the first half. We're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Connellsville getting a friendly bounce on the break-in from Brighton. And Garrett Brighton getting it past Jacob Campbell less than 9 minutes in. And Connellsville taking an early 1-0 lead over Laurel Highlands. Certainly a fortunate bounce there for the Falcons. Now the Mustangs will try to counter back. We mentioned things typically close when Connellsville and Laurel Highlands get together here on the pitch. Hasn't happened that much, though, as of late. Played last year for the first time in almost 5 years. Again, Connellsville defeating Laurel Highlands 3-2. Prior to that, you have to go back to the 2011 season when the two teams played to a scoreless draw. The Falcons looking to go up too early on. They've controlled the possession through the first 10 minutes of this match. The one goal from Garrett Brighton. On their side, Todd Brown off of Colby Davis. It'll poke back to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell trying to go wide on the far side. Knocked down there by Braden Steele. Defended there by Shield. Panko had a poke, lobbed in Hickson's direction, out of play off of Connellsville. Dom Margell on the trigger back for the Mustangs. Bodied there by Davis. Chipped through Dylan Seaman. Another throw in there for the Falcons. They're away blues today. White numbers. Laurel Highlands home whites. Blue numbers. Red shorts. Green and black keeper kit for Jacob Campbell here today. Little orange-black mix for Alex Schultz. In goal for the Falcons. There's Braden Steele looking to tie the match, and a save there from Schultz. And Steele turning and shooting, but Schultz getting the better of that shot attempt with the ball deflected out off of Connellsville. Be a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. Margella to put it down from the far side. Mustangs now break as Dom lobs it into the box. Headed out, but right back to Todd Brown. Brown chipping back to Dylan Seaman. Seaman off to his right, back to his left, looking for open space. Fires, low shot block, gets it back again. Seaman top of the 18, again looking for room. Seaman working back off to his left, lost the handle, and the Falcons able to regain here to Hickson down the near wing, going low on the through ball, too far and out of the range of Luke Peperak. Mustangs go quickly. Dylan Rice fires in, looking there for Colby Davis, headed back out by Anthony Rowan. Falcons play it back to Zach Hammerly on the defensive line. Mustangs a little pressure. Hammerly again defending. Lobbing back, knocked down again by Braden Steele. Off to Alec McAlay. McAlay looking for a little poke back to Eli Mitchell. McAlay trying to stay with it, but the Falcons again lob back to center. Headed there by Brown. On to Seaman. And the steal coming back here from Anthony Panko. Panko, odd man break forward to Pepperak. Pepperak racing towards the goal. Got tripped up. That might be a penalty kick. It is. Pepperak tripped up inside the 18. Connellsville fans calling for a card there on a clear scoring opportunity. They got Braden Steele back defensively. Haven't seen a card issued yet. Looks like it's just going to be a penalty kick here for Pepperak. An opportunity for the Falcons to go up 2-0 early on. And obviously, if you're Laurel Highlands or Connellsville, you don't want to see any players ejected in this match, with it being the last regular season game, and have to sit out for a first-round WPIAL playoff game. So Pepperak facing Campbell. Penalty kick here from 12 yards out. Falcons an opportunity to go up 2. Here we go. Pepperak on the run up. The shot and the goal. Luke Pepperak, the sophomore, puts Connellsville up 2-0. Here at the 27:49 mark of the first half.
Luke Pepperak.
And we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Many people unknowingly have chronic liver disease and discover it during routine blood testing. Possible causes include alcohol, hepatitis C, fatty liver, and iron overload. If left unchecked, this can lead to cirrhosis or severe liver scarring. Offer the latest testing and treatment for chronic liver disease. SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
So Connellsville controlling this match early on. Goals by Garrett Brighton and Luke Pepperak. The later coming on a penalty kick after Pepperak was tripped up by Braden Steele inside the 18-yard box. And the Falcons have gained control of this match early on. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Again, thanks for joining us here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Non-conference boys high school soccer action. Couple of changes now for the Falcons.
Into the game for Connellsville, number 9, Luke Hammerly.
As Luke Hammerly will check in for the first time.
Number 11, John Trimbath.
And John Trimbath will also come in.
Gavin Wood.
Along with 26, Gavin Wood. So the early lead giving Connellsville head coach Jason Rice an opportunity and a luxury to make a few early changes through less than 13 minutes of soccer here at Laurel Highlands tonight. As the Falcons try to break out of their own zone there with Tommy Deason. Off of the Falcons and outs. Seth Yannick to take the throw in there for the Mustangs. Headed along forward to Colby Davis. Defending there is Zach Hammerly. And the Falcons again send it out. Yannick again on the trigger. Down to Davis. Davis top of the box. And the Falcons chip it out. Colton Scheel. Dylan Rice reloads to Todd Brown. Sent along to Dylan Seaman. On the far side to Yannick. Yannick with the gloves out tonight on a cool night. Over to Braden Steele. Steele resetting outside the box. A little pressure there from the Falcons. Deflected back to Eli Mitchell. Play it along to Dylan Seaman. Seaman sending it forward again to Steele. Steele on the far wing. Crosses out in front. Davis is there, and a diving stop from Schultz. Solid defense again from the Falcons. Schultz a big save in goal. Mustangs try to reload again. The Falcons try to chip back to Luke Hammerly. And deflected out. Steele again, looking there for Davis. Davis trying to get around Hammerly. Those two battle, and Hammerly again finds the loose ball. Forward now to one Hammerly to another. Zach to Luke. The Mustangs find it again. Played back to Shield. A nice little run down the near side from Garrett Brighton. Brighton already one goal to his name tonight. Centers it back there to Trimbath. Trimbath from about 25 yards out as it poked away there by Dylan Rice. Up to McLay, laid down to Steele. Touch there by Eli Mitchell getting involved. Trying to chip it back, but going through McLay and sent out of play by Anthony Rowan. Steele to take another throw-in. Looking for Davis, sent high again by Hammerly and out. Bounced in by Steele. Going over the head and out of play for Connellsville goal kick. Got a 24-18 left here in the first half. Played down by Anthony Rowan. And Dylan Rice takes the quick throw in there for the Mustangs. Headed along by Margella. Over to Panko. Falcons looking for another chip up there to Garrett Brighton. On that front line now with Luke Hammerly. Mitchell playing it back again to Campbell. On the far side of Braden Steele. Tiptoe on the far boundary. Falcons press on. And Jeremy Abraham will send it out of play. And Connellsville make a quick change. Brighton will check out. And we'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Creditors calling you day and night? Your debt overwhelms you? Although you may feel that you're in a hopeless situation, Zebley, Mahalev & White can help. We're a full-service local bankruptcy firm that knows what a difficult time this is and what to do to help you get a fresh start. Call Zebley, Mahalev & White today for a free consultation. Your hometown bankruptcy firm. Call us today.
Don't borrow more money until you talk to Zebley, Mahalev & White.
Ethan Price entering the match, replacing Brighton. First time we've seen Price tonight. Falcons up 2. Trying to set it up here again on the near side with Colton Shield. Little touch back there to Luke Paparak. Play whistle down. Paparak went down. A foul here on Laurel Highlands. Paparak scored on the penalty kick earlier. I want to change positions here with Anthony Rowan. And Rowan will take the free kick just outside the box here on the near side. Crosses out in front. Mustangs headed out. Bodied there by Shield. Going to get around McLay. Yannick, a little pressure on the Mustangs side, will send it out. Gavin Wood will trigger it in. Laid back to Tommy Deason. Now Wood again. Centering it off there to Zach Hammerly. On the near wing now to Colton Shield. Touch from Paparak, and now Shield again. A little header there from Anthony Rowan. Good possession control out of the Falcons. Now they'll lob it down wide on the far side. Brought down there by Gavin Wood. Defending is Braden Steele, and Steele will send it out. Quick throw-in intended there for Price. Mustangs deflected out, but knocked back down to Rowan. A little low ball forward. Price a little touch. Off to Trimbath and out. Mustang throwing, and they'll make a change with 21-23 left here in the first half.
Into the game for Laurel Highlands, number 15, Justin Hartzick.
That's the first change I think we've seen so far tonight on the Mustang side with Justin Hartzick entering the match. Braden Steele given an early break. Falcons again try to reset with Trimbath. Send it up there to Panko. Went down, able to regain, and then Trimbath tripped up. So where you got to be careful. Again, final regular season match. Playoff pairings come out Wednesday. Playoffs getting underway either Saturday or Monday. You don't want to have a card situation here, especially a red shown where you have to sit out your team's next match, which would be a much more important WPIAL playoff game than a non-conference game. And here on the chip was taken by Rowan. Coming down on the near side, another Falcon going down in the box. That was Pepperak, nothing called. Mustangs play it back to the midfield here with Davis, and Colby loses it out of play, and Connellsville's Colton Shield will take the throw-in. Quick whistle. Looks like the Falcons are going to make a change from the far side.
Into the game for Connellsville, number 29, Dominic Prestopino.
Dominic Prestopino. We'll see his first match action, sophomore for the Falcons.
Also re-entry number 6, Griffin Prinkney.
Griffin Prinky re-enters as well on the Falcons side. Rowan sending it off to John Trimbath. We'll turn over there to Hartzick. McLay trying to reverse field. That's touched off of Hartzick and out. Falcons take another quick throw-in. Little chip there from Hammerly. That's Zach Hammerly. Sending it back along to Trimbath. Falcon going down. McConnell's able to regain, and a long shot just going high there from Anthony Rowan. So Rowan a good look. After Luke Hammerly hit the deck. Jacob Campbell will take the goal kick here for Laurel Highlands, repositioning his troops. Back to center. Headed along a couple of times. Body there by Davis. Davis breaking back here for Laurel Highlands. Good opportunity here for the Mustangs. Davis bumping into Zach Hammerly, and Zach Hammerly. Some solid defense there for the Falcons. The junior defender breaking up that Laurel Highlands odd man rush. Near side again, Prestopino. Played out by Dylan Rice. Back to Colby Davis. And set ahead to Alec McLay. Was it onside? I don't know, but we're going to play on. McLay breaking back into the box, crossing back. Man open to Margello. Quickly broken up defensively by the Falcons again. Just played back to Todd Brown. Mustangs still on it. Sent along to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell firing from a distance and knocked down and then covered by Alex Schultz. We'll tell you what, the Falcons fans here did not like that through ball sent up to Alec McLay. It was close from our position. They certainly thought it was offsides. But our three-man crew of Paul Kolaf, George Vargo, and Tom Markwart let it go on. Now the Falcons breaking back again. Luke Hammerly firing, and Campbell the save. 16:45 left here in the first half. A 2-0 lead for Connellsville over Laurel Highlands. Goals by Garrett Brighton and Luke Pepperak. Pepperak's on a penalty kick. And the 27:49 mark of the first half. Seaman off to Mitchell. Far side to Seth Yannick. And again, the Falcons pick it back up. Prestopino. Pressure there by Rice. Last touch by Prestopino. Maybe not. Well, Laurel Highlands trying to go quickly. They had a sub coming in as well from the far side. Braden Steele re-entering.
Braden Steele.
Tom Margello will check out, so he'll take the easy route, exiting here on the near side. Rice trying to defend Ethan Price of Connellsville. Falcons lob it back to the top of the box. And Campbell scooping it up with both Luke Hammerly and Gavin Wood in the vicinity. Campbell again on the lob back to center. Knocked down there by Eli Mitchell. Yannick a touch. Mustangs cough it up. Gavin Woods take the throw in. Switching back here with John Trimbath. Again, Yannick clearing it out. Steele running into Colton Scheel. Falcons still possess. Another touch from Trimbath, pressured on and losing it there to Eli Mitchell. Long through ball off sides to Colby Davis. Davis well behind the last defender there, Zach Hammerly. No doubt about that play getting whistled down. Connellsville bringing a good number of fans down for the match here tonight on this cool Monday evening. End of the regular season for high school soccer. Came and went quickly here for 2017. Falcons another shot from a distance is going wide there from Luke Hammerly, the freshman. Came off the bench for the Falcons tonight and really has played well. Nice asset on that front line. Brighton and Luke Pepperack got the start. They both have goals already. Laurel Highlands came into this match led by Colby Davis, who had scored 20 goals already this season. Both Alec McClay and Eli Mitchell in double digits with 11 apiece. And we'll have a corner kick here for Connellsville. This one will be taken by Gavin Wood. Wood will put it down from the far side with 13:45 left here in the first half. Wood going low, top of the box. Look out, a little open space here for the Falcons. They'll reset back to Trimbath. The shot was blocked down. Now the Mustangs try to break back forward again here with Colby Davis. Davis on the near boundary. Forward to Braden Steele. Steele is a man open to his left. He'll go back to his right, though, to Davis. Davis crosses out in front. Falcons again defend and lob the ball back to the near corner. Davis let it go out for a quick Mustang throw-in. Davis reloads, near side going through Steele. Knocked down defensively there by Colton Scheel. Scheel trying to play it out. Mitchell steps in there for Laurel Highlands. Eli Mitchell coming forward and into two defenders. On the last poke there, Griffin Prinky sends it back to center. Played up the near wing for Dominic Prestapino. Prestapino knocks it down. Sends it wide off to his right again to Luke Hammerly. Hammerly now getting a couple of troops back. Sending it off to John Trimbath. Trimbath down the far side. Going low. Little poke there from Gavin Wood. A little pressure from Laurel Highlands. Mustang down. Alec McClay. We play on as Braden Steele lobs back to Colby Davis. Davis on the break. Trying to come forward again. Well defended this time by Zach Hammerly. Up to Colton Scheel. His right to Trimbath. Far wing to Wood. Played along and touched there by Price. Looking for a give and go with Wood. Deflected out of bounds off of Laurel Highlands. Quick throw in again for Wood. We're down at 12-13 left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands controlling much of the possession in this match. Leading by 2. And Trimbath is there. A little pressure from Mitchell. Trimbath finds it again. And to fight off the double team. Over to Wood. Deflected out, went off of Hartsick and out. Wood goes back and quickly again to Price. Here's Luke Hammerly. Able to get around Eli Mitchell. Mitchell trying to come forward off the body of Griffin Prinky. Knocked down to Trimbath. Sent into the corner. Crossed out in front and headed down and out. Over to McClay. Double teamed. Coming forward here from Anthony Rowan. Up to Dylan Seaman. Nice through ball forward on the near side. Braden Steele on the break. Here's Steele breaking towards the box. Staying with it, but the keeper coming out, making the save. Alex Schultz. And Braden Steele went down. Are we going to have a foul here inside the box? We are. Are they going to rule this outside the 18? Referee is still discussing the position. Colby Davis is moving over towards the 12-yard box. Now George Vargo talking things over with Alex Schultz. The clock has stopped, and in normal situations, this would indicate a penalty kick here for Laurel Highlands. I guess the question is where the foul occurred. The advantage was played with Steele breaking forward. And will be a penalty kick here for Laurel Highlands. Dylan Seaman will take it. An opportunity for the Mustangs to get back to within one. Seaman facing Alex Schultz, the senior keeper for the Connellsville Falcons. George Vargo going over last-minute instructions there with Schultz. Are set to go. Schultz having to keep those feet on the line. And Seaman on the run-up beats Schultz, and the Mustangs back to within one at 2-1. So our second goal of the match scored on a penalty kick. Pepperak converting earlier, and now Dylan Seaman picking up his 8th goal of the season. Here at the 10:46 mark of the first half on the penalty kick, and we're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Oh, back and forth game here at Mustang Field. Laurel Highlands getting one back from Dylan Seaman to pull back to within one.
Into the game for Laurel Highlands, number 12, Luciano McElprang.
The Mustangs bringing Luciano McElprang into the match for the first time tonight, along with Jason Cooper. We're down to 10:35 left here in the first half.
Re-entry for the Falcons, number 17, Seth Trader. Also number 23, Tommy Hickson. And number 28, Garrett Brighton.
Connellsville also making a trio of changes as well. A little momentum swing back in Laurel Highlands' direction. Let's see if they can get another one here before the halftime break. Connellsville has to touch it there. And interesting, we saw the advantage played on that break, even though Laurel Highlands couldn't capitalize. With Braden Steele breaking into the box, getting tripped up. We actually talked to Paul Koloff a few years ago when he was reffing Laurel Highlands matchup at Brownsville, and the Falcons and the Brownsville Falcons and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs were in the same conference. And, you know, we discussed at length how many officials in the WPIAL and the matches we see here involving the Mustangs don't play that advantage as much as they should. And Paul mentioned to us he likes to play it, and we saw it certainly take effect there as Laurel Highlands given the opportunity to initially score there with Steele and then still getting rewarded with the penalty kick after the infraction occurred inside the 18-yard box. And Dylan Seaman capitalizing, and the Mustangs back to within one now at 2-1. And you look at this game as a non-conference game and you think, well, the meaning of the match isn't that important, but I would still think to some degree it would factor into WPIAL seeding. You look at Laurel Highlands' last match, a win over a playoff team in West Mifflin. You would have to think the committee is going to seed Laurel Highlands ahead of West Mifflin with a 6-0 head-to-head win over the Titans, even though the Falcons play in 4A and Laurel Highlands in 3A. Both of these teams being playoff teams, the winner of this match should certainly be given a little advantage if the committee does examine all of the individual results, which you hope they would. And nice to see when they actually go through and do their full due diligence coming forward. Speaking of coming forward here, a little rush for the Falcons. Cross out in front, look out, Griffin Prinky fires, and what a save from Jacob Campbell. Campbell diving to his right to keep that one out of the back of the net. As Prinky came free, top of the box. Now Laurel Highlands trying to break back on the counter. McElpraying there with Davis. Lobbed out by Rowan. Onto the body of Todd Brown. Brown working around Garrett Brighton. Coming forward, through ball again to Colby Davis. Getting a little contact top of the box. We play on. Steele finds it, fires, and just missed wide. What an opportunity there for Braden Steele. Low shot with plenty of velocity. Just missing to the keeper right of Alex Schultz. Both of our keepers, Schultz and Campbell, have been busy tonight. Entertaining final home match of the season for the Mustangs. Here's Brighton. Another chip back down on the far side. Over to Seth Traynor. Blocked out by Justin Hartzick. The Falcons again making a pair of changes with 6:51 left here in the first half. Connellsville 2, Laurel Highlands 1. Falcons another lob into the box on the body there of Jeremy Abraham. But Connellsville, for the moment, able to retain possession. Braden Steele breaking out, got tripped up. Nothing called there as Colton Shields sent him down.
Anthony Panko.
Falcons still with it on the far side. Circling it back there to Panko. A little touch there from Rowan. Rowan trying to break forward. Abraham a little chip back for the Mustangs. McElpraying is there. One off the ball by Seth Traynor of Connellsville. Forward again to Prinky. Trying to send it down on the near side. Was looking there for Tommy Hickson. Never got in his way. We'll roll back to Jacob Campbell. We'll send it off the body of Dylan Seaman. Seaman pushed from behind. Nothing called there on Griffin Prinky. And then finally, Prinky gave him a second shot. The play whistled down. Foul there on Connellsville. Free kick here for the Mustangs. Campbell will take it. He's got a nice boot down. Abraham, a little dangerous position there. Takes the safe route, allowing the Mustangs to get a couple of reinforcements back. Hickson, a little play in there to Prinky. Back to Hickson again. Goes crossfield on the far side. Knocked down in Panko's direction. Lobs it back over to Traynor. Crosses out in front, going off of Jeremy Abraham and out on the cross that was intended for Dominic Prestapino. Corner kick again for Connellsville. And a 4:45 left here in the first half. Laurel Highlands getting set to make a trio of changes. As Seth Traynor will take the corner kick. Little lob coming forward and headed in. Goal there by Luke Peperak. First half brace for Luke. And the Falcons go up 3-1. So Peperak scoring off the corner. And we'll take a quick timeout here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Connellsville goal by number 8, Luke Peperak.
At what point did everything change? When did service get taken out of service industries? It's too bad, because people are busy these days. At life, at work, at play. When it comes to your hard-earned money, you want service. Real service. From a person you know and a face you trust. At a bank where changing with the times doesn't mean leaving people behind. We're proud to be a part of your community. We're United Bank, at your service.
Two goals here in the first half for Luke Peperak. The second coming on a header off of a corner kick. taken by Seth Trainer. Give Trainer the assist.
For Laurel Highlands, number 7, Alec McClay. Number 21.
Connellsville taking advantage of a little possession time inside the Laurel Highlands zone and off the set piece. A corner from the far side. Paparak heading it home. And the Falcons going up 2. Now Laurel Highlands again in need of an answer back here with 4:08 left in the first half. Don Margella back into the match, showing a little pressure there on Paparak, who's now out there looking for the HT. Tommy Hickson on the near boundary. No, check that. That was 28. Garrett Brighton on the near boundary. Playing it back to Paparak. Lobbing it down in the far wing. Falcons trying to hunt it down, and there's Seth Trainer on the attempt. It was out of play on the far side. Laurel Highlands goal kick. Headed there by Seaman. Deflected over to Tommy Hickson. Falcons another opportunity. Paparak off to his left. Coming free here is Panko. Over to Hickson, and able to get a shot away. Mustangs deflected back here to Colton Shield. Shield breaking forward. Off to his right to Paparak. Deflected down there by Prinky. Back to Paparak again, looking for the HT going wide here on the near side. As we go under 3 minutes left in the first half. 3-1 Connellsville over Laurel Highlands. No shortage of goals here tonight. Campbell back to center. Steele battling Prinky. Prinky winning the ball to Panko. Now Prinky again. Laying it down to Shield. Shield breaking down the near boundary, losing it out in the near side. A little pressure there from Dom Margella. 2:23 left before halftime. Again, Shield knocking it down. A little touch there from Hickson. Centering it off to Panko. Now set on the back line. Forward again to Rowan. And a line forward. Falcons find it again. And the chip going high and wide on the far side. Jacob Campbell on the boots. Header there from Panko. 1:35 now left in the first half. Steele finding it back for Laurel Highlands. Up to Dylan Seaman. Too far for Colby Davis. Hurling back to the keeper Alex Schultz. Schultz now will shovel it out to Colton Shield. Trying to dance around a couple of Mustangs and Margella and Davis. Off of Laurel Highlands. And now as we approach the 1 minute mark of the first half.
1 minute.
Hickson sending it high. Garrett Brighton trying to track it down. And Brighton with 2 defenders around him. Has it poked away by the Mustangs as Seaman gets a touch forward to Alec McClay. McClay coming forward on the far side, looking for the through ball there to Colby Davis. Never got through to Davis, was knocked down by Zach Hammerly. Mustangs again possess in front of the Connellsville bench with 32 seconds left here in the first half. Ball rolled out of play on the break attempt. Falcons now in no hurry, protecting a 2-goal lead. Throwing going to Prinky. A little pressure there from Davis. Colby Davis with possession inside the box. Touch back for McClay. Over to Davis again. Falcons step in to break it up. 7, off the body of 6, Braden Steele. 5, Steele 4, knocked down.
3,
Yannick
2,
a little touch, and that'll do it for the first half. So at halftime, it's Connellsville 3 and Laurel Highlands 1. We're back to recap the first half for you right after this on the South Union Township Sports Network.
I remind everyone that concession stand is open. Sneak on over to get something to eat or drink to warm you up on this cool evening. It's all sponsored by the Laurel Highlands Boys Soccer Boosters.
Chesler's Furniture at 601 Pittsburgh Street, Uniontown has been in business since 1950 and has a wide variety of furniture for all of your needs. At Chesler's, they have a wide assortment of living room recliners, kitchen sets, bedroom mattresses, and accessories that can decorate your home for years to come. Choose from many companies including Lazy Boy, Best, King Hickory, Hammery, Lancer, Wildwood, Von Bassett, and White Dove. Chesler's also services what they sell. Stop into Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 north of Uniontown, and see Kim, Christy, Ted, and Rich. They'll be happy to help you with all of your needs. Chesler's Furniture, where customers send their friends. It's halftime here at Laurel Highlands tonight. The Connellsville Falcons a 3-1 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Again, thanks for joining us here on the South Union Township Sports Network. Garrett Brighton getting the scoring started for Connellsville tonight. A goal at the 31-12 mark of the first half with the Falcons up 1-0 over Laurel Highlands. Luke Paparak making it 2-0 Falcons, scoring on a penalty kick after he was tripped up by Braden Steele inside the 18-yard box inside the Laurel Highlands zone. Paparak's goal again at the 27-49 mark of the first half. The penalty kick goal put Connellsville up 2-0, but the Mustangs answering back as once again Braden Steele factoring in a penalty kick situation. This time it was Braden Steele breaking back for Laurel Highlands. He was tripped up inside the Connellsville 18-yard box. A penalty kick was ruled. Dylan Seaman taking the penalty for Laurel Highlands and scoring it past Alex Schultz at the 10:46 mark of the first half. Mustangs back to within 1 at 2-1. But Paparak getting his second goal of the first half off of a corner kick that was taken by Seth Traynor. Paparak heading it home at the 4:34 mark of the first half to give Connellsville a 3-1 lead at halftime, and that's where we're at right now. The Falcons up over the Mustangs 3-1. If you're watching this match on Atlantic Broadband or Armstrong Cable, we'd like to let you know that South Union Township Sports Network games and programs are now available online. It's easy to find. Just log on to youtube.com and search South Union Television or follow the South Union Township Sports Network on Facebook. For program updates, it's facebook.com/South Union TV. And at halftime, it's Connellsville 3 and Laurel Highlands 1. Second half match action comes your way next here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Centers for Rehab Services, CRS, a part of UPMC and the Center for Sports Medicine, is a proud sponsor of the South Union Township Sports Network and its coverage of area youth sports. Make Centers for Rehab Services your choice for all of your physical and occupational therapy needs. CRS, located at 160 Wayland Smith Drive, provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, work injury programs, and hand therapy. Valuing patient satisfaction is one of their highest priorities. Centers for Rehab Services offers a patient-centered environment where each patient has an individualized treatment plan developed for their specific needs. They are experts in helping you recover from injuries, increase strength, and build endurance. CRS professionals have become highly skilled through a strong commitment to continuing education and advanced certifications to ensure the most cutting-edge and cost-effective treatment for their patients. Jim Burns, a lifetime Uniontown area resident, is a licensed physical therapist and facility director of the Uniontown location, as well as a field faculty instructor for Duquesne University and for the University of Pittsburgh School of Physical Therapy. He invites you to stop by his state-of-the-art location and discuss your rehabilitation needs. Center for Rehab Services is participating with most insurance plans, including all Highmark products, UPMC Health Plan, and Medicare. Available 5 days a week and offering extended hours for patient convenience. Patients are seen within 24 to 48 hours and walk-ins are always welcome. Patients may also be seen through direct access, which does not require a physician's prescription. CRS worked with physicians and other healthcare providers to help you find relief, live your life again, and get you back into the game. For more information, call CRS at 724-437-7500. Where you treat for physical therapy is always your choice, so ask for Centers for Rehab Services. It's your health, it's your choice.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
If you're injured in an accident, after you address the medical problems, you're going to be faced with numerous questions concerning who's going to pay your medical bills, your property damage, the wages that you might be losing if you can't go to work. These are things that you need counsel for.
That your income is protected, that your bills are paid, that your family's taken care of. We've been doing this since 1976. We've helped injured people. We can help you.
Davis and Davis, attorneys at law.
Reminder also, to the...
Welcome back to Laurel Highlands High School. Just about ready for the start of the second half. It's a 3-1 lead for Connellsville over Laurel Highlands. Laurel Highlands will defend the goal to our right. The Mustangs entering this game on a 3-game winning streak. Mustangs were showing some forms of regaining some of the strength they had from earlier on in the season. A win 6-0 last time out over West Mifflin. Connellsville had lost back-to-back games, including a 5-0 loss against Ringgold last time out. That's Connellsville leading Laurel Highlands 3-1 as we get ready to start the second half of the match. Ethan Price there in the center circle. Price did not get the start in the first half, but he gets the second half underway, sending it back as the Mustangs a little pressure there early on from Alec McLay. Colby Davis also trying to step in and try to force an early turnover. Colton Scheel setting it up there to John Trimbath. Luke Paparak. They're fighting off a double team, deflect it out. It'll bounce in again to Trimbath, and pressure there by Colby Davis. That one sent back to Schultz. Now off the Mustang backline, Abraham sending it forward. A little header there from Anthony Rowan. Deflected back over to Seth Yannick. Up to Alec McLay. Played along to Braden Steele. Poked forward, Eli Mitchell trying to track it down in the box. Was knocked out by Rowan. Seaman trying to regain, but the Falcons pick up possession there with Price. Seaman again stepping in, but Rowan breaking back. On the far wing over to Trimbath. Dylan Rice played off the far boundary. Davis, a little pressure there on Trimbath. Falcons go cross field here on the near side. Now to Gavin Wood. Steele pressures it down over to Alec McLay on the little chip. Defending there for Connellsville is Zach Hammerly. And Hammerly poking it down off of Tommy Deason and out. Quick throw in here taken by Braden Steele. Forward to Dylan Seaman. Resetting now to Eli Mitchell. Knocked down, looking for Colby Davis. Poked out. Brown trying to step in. And once again, Connellsville playing it back to Price. Last touch by Yannick going out. Tommy Deason again taking the throw in. Price again losing it going out. Braden Steele back on the Mustang side. Now a handoff here to Seth Yannick. Things certainly getting chilly. Temperatures dropping into the 40s, and actually we have a frost advisory overnight. Connellsville trying to counter. Low ball sent down there to Luke Paparak looking for the hat trick. Paparak from the far side. Out in front to Panko. Laid down, and the little header just deflected out by Jeremy Abraham on a little dangerous cross there from Gavin Wood. And Wood now will trot over to the near flag to take a corner kick here for the Falcons. Just over 3 minutes in the second half. Still a 3-0 lead for Jason Rice's Connellsville Falcons. Goals from Luke Paparak, who scored 2, and Garrett Brighton. Dylan Seaman, the lone goal for the Mustangs. This one played all the way through by Wood, but kept in on the far side by Colton Scheel. Getting lobbed back into the box. Dylan Seaman, a little pressure, not out, turning, shooting, and just sending it off the crossbar was Paparak, that close to a hat trick. Paparak saying thank you very much. The little turn and shoot. Now Jacob Campbell again playing it back to center. Bouncing over Colby Davis. Lobbed out again by the Falcons. Rice knocking it down. Over to Todd Brown. Well, misplay on the back line there for Connellsville, allowing an opportunity here for Alec McLay. McLay down the near wing, crosses out in front, never got to Colby Davis, who was camping out in front, but another opportunity here for Davis. The Mustangs got it back. Steele sending it back in Davis's direction, but Alex Schultz on the scoop up. Laurel Highlands showing a lot of hustle, even though they're down 2 goals in this match. Not giving up here tonight. Here's Eli Mitchell again, chipping it down, looking for Alec McLay. Again, going back to Schultz. Falcons again try to break out here. Paparak, a nice little run down the far side. Able to get around Jeremy Abraham, who defends there for Laurel Highlands. Over to Todd Brown, touch to Eli Mitchell. Anthony Panko steps in, slows down the run attempts. McLay turning. Mustang fell down there. That was Davis. Eli Mitchell back on it here for the Falcons. Down to Braden Steele. Steele breaking down the near side again. A shot attempt going wide here on the near side. A couple of defenders around. And Connellsville certainly showing a lot of speed here tonight, especially on the back line. Mentioned both of these teams qualifying for the WPIAL playoffs. Connellsville finished at 7-4-1 in Section 4 and 4A. Franklin Regional winning the conference with a 10-2 conference record, 15-2 overall. Norwin is always strong, 8-2-2 in conference play, 11-3-3 overall. And Penn Trafford getting in just above the Falcons at 7-3-2 in the conference, 10-3-2 overall. And Connellsville getting the 4th and final playoff spot as Paparak stays with it. The Falcons have certainly looked very skilled here this evening. Trimbath's pass was picked off there by Alec McLay. McLay trying to get around Anthony Rowan. Greater Latrobe, Kiski, and Hempfield missing out of the postseason out of Section 4 and 4A. Laurel Highlands, a 3rd place finished out of Section 3 and 3A. Behind Ringgold, who won the conference at 8-0-2, 10-4-2 overall. Mustangs another opportunity here for Margella. And lay it down to Colby Davis. Davis able to keep it in play, but defensive pressure from Zach Hammerly wins the ball back for the Falcons. Deflected out again on the far boundary, but ruled out off of Laurel Highlands. Bell Vernon in 2nd place out of the conference, 7-2-1 in the conference, 12-4-1 overall. The Mustangs had a win over Bell Vernon here at Laurel Highlands High School earlier on this season. That was certainly before the Mustangs really got hit full-time with the injury bug. Of course, the Mustangs 6-3-1 in the conference, 11-4-1 entering this match overall. And the Trinity Hillers picking up the 4th and final playoff spot, 5-5 in the conference, 10-6 overall. Here's Seaman off to Todd Brown. Last touch there by Dom Margella going out. And you would expect Laurel Highlands to be somewhere in the neighborhood between a 9th and a 12th seed, you would think, on the boys' side as a 3rd place finisher. Finished in 2nd place in the conference a year ago. As far as the playoff qualifying teams, you'll have a 16-team field in boys 3A as a Falcon down there. Looks like Luke Hammerly, number 9. Foul call there on the Mustangs. 31-43 left here in the second half. Still a 3-1 lead for Connellsville over Laurel Highlands. But we did not have any ties for fourth place in any conference in 3A, so an even 16-team field. No play-in games for boys 3A this season. So you would expect Laurel Highlands to likely play a second-place finisher out of another conference. Braden Steele trying to race back, ran into Zach Hammerly. Again, slowed down the run. Ball deflected off here to Gavin Wood. Trimbath. Forward there to Luke Hammerly, who shot just went wide. Campbell will go quickly again. Eli Mitchell, a little gingerly touchdown. Connellsville not backing off either with a 2-goal lead, continuing to play hard. Gavin Wood trying to center. Braden Steele knocking it down. Regaining those, Anthony Panko off to John Trimbath. Trimbath on the far side. Pressured on there by Dylan Rice. Falcons get a little touch there from Colton Scheel. Again on the regain, Panko. Another touch there from Trimbath. Falcons making the field rather long there with going back to their defensive line before Alec McLay. Check that, Braden Steele got another touch. Todd Brown battling Trimbath. Over to Dom Margella. No one home on the far side as the ball will roll back to Alex Schultz. So a nice job in goal for Connellsville tonight. The only goal issued by Schultz was the penalty kick goal by Dylan Seaman at the 10:46 mark of the first half. Steele again knocks it down to McLay, looking for the give and go back to Steele. Steele with a little foot race here with Schultz, and Schultz comes diving out. Find the loose ball again for Connellsville. Now to Gavin Wood. Steele again pressure, but he got upended by Anthony Rowan. Nothing called. We play on. Falcons from the far side. Peperek. Nice play down there to Luke Hammerly. Again scooped up by Jacob Campbell. And Jake to the top of the box. We'll settle it down. Line it back to center. Headed there by Rowan. Falcons pick up possession again. Looking for Gavin Wood here on the near side. Foul call there on Laurel Highlands. Free kick here for Connellsville, just on the edge of the Laurel Highlands zone. Anthony Rowan from about 50 yards from goal will line it off on the far side. Going through Margella. Last touch there by Peperek. Ball actually bounced over the fence and down the hill. Trimbath playing it back. Seaman finding it there for Laurel Highlands. A header there from Yannick. Log back to Gavin Wood. Wood on the near side, a little open space. Goes back to his left. Settles it down, firing, and the save made by Jacob Campbell. Nice little boot there from the top of the box from John Trimbath. Campbell sends it back into the Connellsville zone. Mustangs look to counter. Todd Brown coming forward. Defending well, though, was Anthony Rowan. Off on the far wing to Scheel. A couple of changes now on each side. We'll take a timeout. 26:50 left in the second half. 3-1 Falcons here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Number 6, Griffin.
Colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Signs include abdominal pain and rectal bleeding. Colon cancer develops from a degenerating benign growth or polyp. Doctors performing colonoscopy are able to remove precancerous polyps, thus preventing colon cancer. This saves lives, and the American Cancer Society now recommends that everyone have a colonoscopy every 10 years, beginning at age 50. Offer the latest diagnostic testing. SWGI, specialists in digestive health. Southwestern Endoscopy Center is a state-licensed and Medicare-certified facility and emphasizes privacy, comfort, caring, and safety for colonoscopies and upper GI endoscopies. Painless procedures are done with twilight sedation given by a board-certified anesthesiologist. The center accepts most insurance plans and is staffed by Doctors Ruthhart, Calabrese, Stokes, SWGI, specialists in digestive health.
We're back at Laurel Highlands. Connellsville on top of the Mustangs, 3-1. Boys High School soccer action here in the South Union Township Sports Network. Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupang, and thank you for joining us for some high school boys soccer final regular season game for both Connellsville and Laurel Highlands. WPIAL playoffs announced on Wednesday, with the playoffs getting underway likely for both of these teams either Saturday or Monday. Laurel Highlands boys team hoping for a first-round game on Monday rather than Saturday, talking to both Jerry Rogers Sr. and Jerry Rogers Jr., Jerry Sr.'s daughter, Jerry Jr.'s sister, getting married on Saturday down in West Virginia, and the Rogers coaching staff certainly hoping the Mustangs will be given a game on Monday night rather than Saturday afternoon, not to conflict with the Saturday wedding. They have alerted the WPIAL of the potential conflict, so we'll see if the WPIAL works with the Mustangs soccer program. If not, depending on where the Laurel Highlands girls would play, you might have Dave Sahida, who's Laurel Highlands girls coach, potentially serve as an acting coach for that playoff game, or Laurel Highlands athletic director Mark John. We'll see how things play out. Of course, both of the Coach Rogers, Jerry Sr. and Jr., hoping that's not an issue on Saturday if the Mustangs are given a game coming up on Monday. Generally, if you go look at past history, when two schools are scheduled to play on the same day, they're given the courtesy of both of those games being at the same site as well. So if that would be the case for both the Laurel Highlands programs on Saturday, that would give Coach Sahida the option of possibly coaching the boys if put in that situation. But if both the boys and girls were playing at two different sites on Saturday, that would certainly complicate matters on the Laurel Highlands side. It's Jeremy Abraham trying to chase it back off of a little bit of pressure there from Luke Paparak. Ball sent out via Connellsville corner kick. I was talking to Jerry Jr. about the whole situation, and he jokingly said last weekend would have been perfect for the wedding. We had no soccer, and he was, of course, a big Penn State fan. It was a Penn State bye weekend, but I guess he didn't have too much say in his sister's wedding schedule. A little cross here from the corner. Deflected out, taken there by Seth Traynor. Now we congratulate Jerry's sister on the upcoming nuptials on Saturday. This one played at the top of the box, and a shot right on goal from Anthony Panko. Jacob Campbell, another nice save, looking for an outlet forward here, but just out of the range of Braden Steele. Incorrect call made there. The ball just over the near boundary and out. This will likely be our final game of the season here at Laurel Highlands. As long as we can make it work out, we plan to bring you all of the Mustang both boys and girls playoff matches as well. Another opportunity here for the Falcons. Cross from Trainer. Deflected back, and Griffin Prinky resetting. Over on the far side to Colton Shield and deflected out. Of course, like the Rogers, we hope the WPIAL gives us an opportunity to be able to do both the boys and the girls playoff games, being at different sites. Mustangs also play a scrimmage against Mount Pleasant. Won't count in the standings on Thursday, and that'll actually be the day after the playoff pairings are announced. Will not count, though, as an official game in the standings. A nice little scrimmage to get the Mustangs tuned up for the WPIAL playoffs. And Mount Pleasant's boys team also a very successful season. It's nice when you can stay sharp against another playoff team. Laurel Highlands hoping for another winnable first-round playoff game. What's interesting, if you look back over the last couple of years, we mentioned this is actually for the Mustangs. If you look at the playoff history and go back a couple of seasons, back to 2012, every time the Mustangs have been in the playoffs, they've actually won a playoff game. Be the fifth time in the last 6 years Laurel Highlands in the playoffs, and previous 4 appearances Laurel Highlands with a playoff win last year over Greensburg-Salem in the first round before losing to Thomas Jefferson in the quarterfinals. Also picked up a couple of playoff wins over West Mifflin in both 2012 and 2013, and a first round win over Southmoreland in 2014. TJ knocking the Mustangs out of the playoffs last year in the quarterfinals. Now in the box, look out here. This one just deflected wide. Little action in front of Alex Schultz. Will be a corner kick here for Laurel Highlands. Braden Steele will take it almost midway through the second half. Laurel Highlands trying to get back to within 1. Steele fires, ball on the far post. Hartzick was there, couldn't get a shot away. And the ruling is here off of Laurel Highlands and out. Laurel Highlands petitioning for the corner kick, and they might get it. So the call overruled, ruled off of Connellsville and out. And Todd Brown now will take the corner from the far side for the Mustangs. Brown again into the box, but cleared out by Griffin Prinky. Touched out, though, by Connellsville. Another quick throw in here for the Mustangs. Davis lets it go back to Dylan Seaman. Seaman looking for open space. Lays it back to Todd Brown again. Had it poked out by Tommy Hickson. Brown looking for an open man. Off the body there of Davis. Connellsville a little poke. Ball on the far boundary. Brown finds it again, but it's whistled down. Might have been a handball there on Laurel Highlands. As we go under 19 minutes left here in regulation time, the Mustangs still down a pair of goals. Both of these soccer programs really much improved over the last couple of seasons. This will be the third time in the last 4 years Connells was in the playoffs. Missed out last year going 8-10. Went 10-7 during 2015. Lost in the first round to Fox Chapel. Also qualified for the playoffs in 2014 as well, losing a first round match at Seneca Valley by a 4-0 decision. Here's Eli Mitchell through Todd Brown. And Campbell again on the scoop up. So far, all of the goal action in this match in the first half. Haven't had one scored here in the second half yet. Laid back down at Colby Davis, and Davis initiating the contact there, sending down Zach Hammerly. Trying to create his own position inside the box. No card coming out, luckily, there for the Mustangs. And you have to be careful if you're both of these teams. Again, the final regular season match, if a player picks up a red card here today, that's an automatic one-match suspension. And that would mean they would be ineligible to play their respective teams' first-round WPIAL playoff game. So both of these teams would rather not have a chippy end to this match. You have to look at the bigger picture for sure. Todd Brown again sending it inside the box. Deflected back to Seaman, who fires but high. So Dylan Seaman, a good opportunity there near the top of the 18-yard box inside the Connellsville zone. Just sending it high and over the goal for a Connellsville goal kick. And nice when you can schedule these games against other teams inside your county. And for many years, if you go back over a 10 or 15-year period, Connellsville and Laurel Highlands were conference mates. Hasn't been the case as of late, with Laurel Highlands playing in a classification below Connellsville, and it's pretty much been the case over the last 10 to 15 years. But there was a time, especially for you folks that have been around the area for a while, it was a regular thing to see Connellsville and Laurel Highlands playing twice in a season. Another opportunity here for the Falcons. A little cross out in front was taken there by Trainer, but nobody home on the backside. Laurel Highlands trying to clear the zone. Falcons again knock it down. Spinning back there is Paparak. Was trying to find Griffin Prinky. Todd Brown broke it up there for Laurel Highlands. Paparak again now back in his own zone, trying to reset on that back line. Touch there from Zach Hammerly. Sent back to the keeper, Alex Schultz. Going wide now, back down on the near side. Body there by Seth Trainer. Pressured on by Dylan Seaman, who finds the loose ball there for the Mustangs. Seaman, though, running into Connellsville's Anthony Rowan. Seaman getting it back again. Mustangs trying to set up something here from midfield. Yannick touching it down. Touched out again by Trainer. And Yannick will take the throw in. Again, the Mustangs have certainly had their fair share of injuries this season. Of course, losing Connor Rapp as Colby Davis tries to break in here and able to get past Zach Hammerly. Falcons again look to clear the zone. Knocked down by Dylan Seaman. He'll fire from 30 yards out. And a little tough one-hopper there going back to Alex Schultz. And Schultz able to gain possession back. But the loss of Connor Rapp was so big just because Connor was a player that did so much out there for Laurel Highlands. Ate up a lot of the field. He's been tough to replace. Mustangs had Rapp on the field when they defeated Bell Vernon here in early September. That was a huge conference win to start the season. But some of the injuries not allowing Laurel Highlands to continue that momentum throughout the course of the high school soccer season.
Re-entries for
as Don Margella re-enters on the Laurel Highlands side.
11, John Trimbath.
John Trimbath back in on the Connellsville side. But nice to see not only the Laurel Highlands boys, but the Laurel Highlands girls in the postseason as well. The girls, at the time of this taping, playing their final regular season game tonight as well on the road at Bell Vernon. They were trailing big at halftime by a 4-0 margin. And a loss there would drop the Laurel Highlands girls to 8-7-1 overall, 6-6 in the conference. And regardless of the results tonight, Laurel Highlands on the girls' side will finish in 4th place in their conference, and that'll likely result in a very tough first-round playoff matchup for the Laurel Highlands girls against a first-place team out of another conference. But nice to see Dave Sahida's squad in the playoffs for a second straight year after Laurel Highlands went 15 years without a playoff game in girls soccer. Braden Steele, quick reload in here. Over to Alec McLeay, but again poked out by the Falcons. Of course, McLeay's had a busy fall. He's been pulling double duty. He's been the kicker on the Laurel Highlands football team as well this year. Seaman sending it down to Don Margella. Laurel Highlands football team still mathematically alive for a playoff spot at the time of this taping. Of course, they still have to host Thomas Jefferson. TJ, though, upset this past Friday, losing to Bell Vernon. Of course, the Bell Vernon football team coached by Laurel Highlands grad Matt Humberts. Nice to see Matt doing some nice things up at Bell Vernon. Here's Colby Davis. A shot went off the crossbar, loose out in front. Can the Mustangs clean it up? Steele pokes it in. Braden Steele, after a couple of deflections, getting it past Alex Schultz. And don't go anywhere yet. The Mustangs back to within 1 at 3-2 with 12:26 left in regulation time. We're back in a moment here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Steele.
So just when it looked like Connellsville might cruise to a 2-goal win here tonight, the Mustangs create a little activity in front of Alex Schultz. Davis sends one off the bar. And after a couple of deflections, Braden Steele able to clean it up. And Laurel Highlands back to within 1, down 3-2 with a little jump back in their step. Here's Dylan Seaman coming forward. Seaman on the far side, a shot, and Schultz a little trouble with it, able to regain and scoop it up. For a dangerous shot there from Dylan Seaman. Boy, this is going to be a fun final 12 minutes. Laurel Highlands, little comeback here. Trying to tie this match up. Down 1. Yannick on the fire in. Went off the head there of Griffin Prinky. And set high by Anthony Rowan. Mustangs getting back defensively. Header there from Abraham. Stepping in Garrett Brighton. Trying to play it along, but Zeth Trainer was out of play on the near side, over the near boundary. McLay, a quick throw in. I send it down to Braden Steele. Get off of Connellsville and out. McLay again, over Colby Davis. Eli Mitchell steps in. Mitchell crosses. McLay is there. And making the save is Alex Schultz. Schultz almost sidestepping McLay. Cut that one off. Laurel Highlands coming oh so close to tying this match. By the way, the Braden Steele goal, his 3rd of the season. Coming at a big time to pull the Mustangs back to within 1. Here's Seaman again. Up to Dom Margella. Margella battling Tommy Hickson. Ruled off of Laurel Highlands and out. Falcons send it in to John Trimbath. Back into Hammerly. Nice ball forward here. Look out, Prestapino. Dominic Prestapino running into Jeremy Abraham defending. Todd Brown also went down on the play, but he's back up. It's a ball deflects out here on the near side. Final 10 minutes now, down to 9:35 left in regulation time. Mustangs down a goal at 3-2. Seth Trainer, nice run. Prestapino on the near side looking to cross. Back to Trainer. He'll center. That one going off the head of Garrett Brighton. Picked up by Jacob Campbell. Now the Mustangs looking for an odd man break. No room on the far side. Well defended by Colton Scheel. That ball out of the range there of Tommy Hickson. Going out. Dylan Rice to take the throw in. 8:55 now left here in the second half. Dylan Seaman playing it back to Jacob Campbell. Over to Eli Mitchell. Off of Colby Davis. A little touch along from Anthony Rowan. Now Seaman again. Playing it back to Abraham. Falcons send it high. And look out, Prestipino fires and sending it over the bar. Campbell, what a save. A little poke up and over, Jacob Campbell. Now he's well schooled in goal.
Ethan Price.
Ethan Price back into the match on the Falcons side.
For Connellsville, number 12, Ashton Golden.
Clock still rolling, down to 7:37 left here in the second half. Seth Trainer to take the corner. With a low line drive. Trainer trying to regain. Pressed on by Mitchell. Forward here to Braden Steele. Nice little run back for the Mustangs, and Steele's run stopped there with a little step in by Ashton Golden. Golden in the last to touch it going out. Mitchell to try to go quickly back for Laurel Highlands. A little poke back, but a misplay there from Rowan, allowing the Mustangs for the moment to have possession, but quickly lost as Price picks it back up again for Connellsville. Under 7 minutes now left in regulation. Mustangs down a goal. Still in this match. Near side Trainer. Touch from Price, headed back by Yannick, but onto the feet of Griffin Prinky. Prinky sending it down Alex Schultz. Now Prinky again. 6:30 now left. Lost out by the Falcons in front of their bench. Dylan Rice fires it back in for Laurel Highlands. Rice on the poke. Forward to Colby Davis. Laying it down and out of play on the intended feed of Dom Margella. Colton Shield to fire it in. There's Hickson. Laying it back to John Trimbath. Sent out by Dylan Rice. Colton Shield taking the throw in. And lobbing it down the near side. And a little turning shot. Another save. Trainer took the shot. Again, Campbell makes the save. And the Mustangs trying to go quickly down the near side. Touch there from Steele. Sent along by Mitchell. Off to Seaman. Bodied off there for a moment by Golden. Mustangs regain. Touch from Rice. Trying to come forward to Todd Brown. Brown. Sidestepping a couple of defenders. Nice little run forward. Looking there for McAlay. Poke back again to Seaman. Dylan Seaman to his right, back to his left, now to his right again. Seaman still with it. Off to Brown. Trying to circle off Trimbath. Little touch down, but defensively for Connellsville, Colton Shield looking to send it out. Down the far line, Hickson with it. Abraham defending, back to Campbell. 4:42 to play. That one going off McAlay. Circled back to Golden. Still in play, and Laurel Highlands picking it up with a nice little run here from Braden Steele. Steele down the near side. Still in play, crosses out in front and knocked down by a Falcon defender.
Re-entry for Laurel Highlands, number 15.
We'll take a quick time out here on the South Union Township Sports Network.
Re-entry for Connellsville, number 10, Anthony Panko.
Davis and Davis, helping the injured.
In any endeavor, experience is probably the most important factor, but it's got to be the right kind of experience. Experience in the community where the case is tried, where the jurors live, where the judges work. We've been doing this since 1976 at Davis & Davis. That's a long time.
Davis & Davis, attorneys at law.
So we come back to Laurel Highlands High School. The Mustangs threatening. Anthony Rowan broke up that last cross opportunity for the Mustangs. Laurel Highlands staying on it. Dylan Seaman. Mustangs down a goal. 3:48 to play. Seaman back to Brown. Little chip into the box. On the near side, Braden Steele trying to track it down. Goes into the corner. Played back here to Eli Mitchell. Mitchell fanning on the first cross attempt, poke back, but going through Seth Yannick and off of Laurel Highlands and out. Missed opportunity there for the Mustangs. 3:26 to play. Golden to take the throw in. Looking there for Trainer. Off of Connellsville and out, so Mustangs still a little life with 3:06 to play. Again, when these two teams met here at Laurel Highlands last year, Connellsville won 3-2. That's our current score. Turnover there, Brown coughing it up for a moment. Panko found it. Ball goes out off of Laurel Highlands from the Falcons bench, maybe not. Will be Laurel Highlands ball. Could be a delayed game. Infraction there as well against Connellsville. Took about 15 seconds off the clock. Firing it in when they weren't really given discretion to have possession. Nonetheless, we play on with the Mustangs' Dylan Seaman. Seaman collided there with Tommy Hickson. And Colton Scheel will work it back in. 2:10 to play. Braden Steele is there. Golden stepping in on the Connellsville side. The Falcons pick it up as we go under 2 minutes. Fanning, though, with Seth Trainer. Allowing an opportunity here on the quick throw in from Braden Steele. Forward to Alec McClay. Braden Steele back to Todd Brown. Again, the Falcons set it out. Brown again battling Garrett Brighton. 1:29 to play. Price finds it there for Connellsville. Falcons set it up down the near wing now to Seth Trainer. Defending is Yannick. Trainer gets around him. Double team comes over with Abraham. Cross comes over. Jeremy steps in. Falcons still control with Price. Forward there to Panko. Got grabbed down.
1 minute.
Foul there on Laurel Highlands. We got under a minute left. Now the Falcons can take a little time off the clock. We have a free kick here. Goal would ice it from 28 yards out. Prinky will take it. Prinky on the chip. Bodied down by Laurel Highlands. Eli Mitchell sent forward to Colby Davis. One last rush for the Mustangs. Davis on the attack to tie the game. Pushed down top of the box. That has to be a foul. Where's the call? Where's the call? And this will be a free kick for Laurel Highlands just outside the box. Clock stopped. 25 seconds left in regulation. Mitchell will put it down.
Why are you stopping the clock? You don't stop the clock.
He stopped it.
There's the rule. Every
He
foul.
stopped it.
We stop the clock on every foul. One card, any yellow cards, red cards.
Now Laurel Highlands with a free kick. Clock stop. 25 seconds. We're rolling again as Seaman takes it. Save out in front from Schultz. And cleared out. But what an opportunity there by Dylan Seaman. 14 seconds left. Mustangs still with possession. Over to Davis on the far side, trying to cross for McLay. A little header on the back post.
6.
And the ball deflecting out. It will be a corner, down to 4, down to 3. Keepers up, but they're not going to get it away. And Connellsville will hang on with a 3-2 win.
The final score.
But plenty of excitement late.
The Laurel Highlands Mustangs.
As the Mustangs, a little surge out in front. Had an opportunity on a set piece there from Dylan Seaman, but Laurel Highlands unable to capitalize late in Connellsville for the second straight year. Hangs on for a 3-2 win over Laurel Highlands. Again, the Falcons with a pair of goals from Luke Peperak. Brace for Luke tonight. Garrett Brighton added a goal for Connellsville. Dylan Seaman and Braden Steele scoring the goals on the Mustangs side. Laurel Highlands finishing their regular season now with a mark of 11-5-1. Connellsville improving to 11-5-1. And again, both of these teams have qualified for the WPIAL playoffs. Connellsville in 4A and Laurel Highlands in 3A. But an exciting match tonight, again won by the Falcons over the Mustangs by a 3-2 final score. Tonight's game was brought to you as a joint cooperative venture featuring Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon and Jason Scott, Atlantic Broadband, Armstrong Cable, and our friends at CUTV, including Gary Smith. Again, I'm Brian Morozak alongside Jerry Dupay. Your final score, Connellsville 3 and Laurel Highlands 2. This has been a South Union Township Sports Network presentation.